Good afternoon, everyone. Imagine. Cup of tea? Oh, yes. Once upon a time in my previous life, I was a relief teacher. Imagine reading a story to the kids. Roald Dahl, the Twits. Now, Mr. Twit would have all sorts of things in his beard. Moldy cheese, piece of sardine, tea dripping. Imagine pumpkin soup, potato and leek. Yeah. Ice cream. I do not have ice cream in public. It's not a good look. Okay. We've got all these little babies ready and waiting. And plenty of potting mix. So once again, I don't worry about newspaper in the bottom of the small pots. And I've cleaned everything up. Those are all ready to go. I don't think I'm going to need to do any more surgery. I hope not. I had a look at the other crown that broke off, and I don't think it's viable. Now I'll use that handle once again. Those are all clean, so I put them back so that when I work with something else, I know everything's ready to go. Because if you don't, you're second guessing, and if one of your plants happens to be infected, all you're going to do is spread it. And fungal infections and that. It's like an ICU, intensive care ward at the hospital. Keep it localized. Put them in quarantine if you have to, but do not spread it around. It's like kids coming into the classroom coughing. Not nice. Who else is going to get a cold? Who else is going to get the flu? Yep. So they do, and I do. All right. There's 8. I think we have 9, and I've got 9 pots ready without having to go looking for any more. And I think I will put that one leaf into a pot, and then they can join the other ones in the tray. So we'll go through the same process again. Paintbrush handle, fat fingers, we can wait with those. Just go along and give them a nice generous opening so you can tuck them in. Now that big leaf, that's going to require a bit more room, so I'll actually put that one in first, because that's got a good. Where'd that bamboo meat skewer disappear to? Hiding. So I'll just tuck those in. And again, like a tomato, you plant it a little bit deeper, and it will develop roots further up the stem. Now, when I'm striking a cutting, I actually put the cutting in to the base of the leaf. And now the fat fingers. And that's going to join the other ones up on the shelf in a minute. Okay, let's start going through these. Good healthy development. A little bit shy on the roots, but not bad. They're very weak in the stem. That one I might give it a little bit more potting mix. Because what? You just separate it from its mum. How strong would a baby be when it pops out of mum? That's where I put some of my babies in humidicribs, which basically a styrofoam broccoli box with a bit of Glad wrap over the top. Works a treat. But they do need a little bit of extra care. And when I'm deflasking orchids, these things have been in a sterile environment for their entire life from the time the seeds germinated. And it's a little bit of a rude shock being popped out and dumped a little bit deep. Let's lift that one just a touch. Now I always try to avoid grabbing hold of the stem of the leaf. Why? Because they're very, very soft. And if you go and pinch it, what you're doing is you're cutting off the vascular system, the blood. Well, not quite blood, but you don't want to constrict the fluid from the roots to the leaf. Like, how would you feel walking around if somebody had put a tourniquet on your arm? So I don't squeeze and hang on to the leaf. Some of them are a little bit tougher, some will handle a bit more, but it's just something that I was taught when I was very young, and I've been trying to do it that way ever since. My aunt actually started me out gardening in grade 3 primary school. She phoned me up, asked if I'd give her a hand in the garden. Sure, because I'd usually get chocolate cake or fresh made chocolate brownies or something like that. Milk, summer it'd be lemonade. Yep, she looked after me. But that time, not only did I get to treat the little lunch at the end of it, but she also gave me some money. Cool. So, next time she phoned up, what did I say? Sure thing. And she was a member of the local gardening club, and very, very particular about how things were done. And wasn't too long before somebody else in the gardening club would ask her, a little bit more info for you, would ask who your gardener is. My nephew. I wonder if he would do some work for me. So it wasn't too long before I was getting phone calls from her friends. So by the time I was in grade 5, 6 primary school, one extra. Oh. No. So by the time I was in grade 5, 6 primary school, I was getting enough work to keep me busy and earning a comparable wage to what the high school kids were getting in the local takeaway. And I've been gardening ever since, which is now more than 2 years. Okay, there they are. This one, I'm going to leave that one until that pup gets larger. And when you think of it, I wonder if we can get a better view of that one. Where are you hiding? No, probably not, because it's tucked way, way inside, right at the crown of that neck. Okay. When I repot it, which usually is once a year, if you're paying attention, which that other one I hadn't, I'll be able to surgically separate that little pup. Surgically? Not. We'll leave you the way you are. Okay. That's it, everyone. Thanks for watching. See ya.